Good afternoon. This is Arnel Tanyag Company. I am doing basically a spotlight, generosity spotlight of one of the local business people I know in Hampton Roads. And I basically help key leaders in construction and real estate and trades. They come seek me out when they're at the breaking point because they now are taking over as succession for the company they're running. And so they have increased workloads, high levels of stress, and they neglect their own care. Leads out to burnout, uncertainty about hiring, training, and leading the team. So one of the things I do in my role is I have to bring in great people like today's guest to help them run their business, provide those resources so that over time, I bring in those people so that I can help them. So today I'm going to introduce my guest. I've known him for, I think, about 10, 15 years. Phenomenal guy, loves what he does. So I'm going to introduce Brad Furman. Tell us, Brad, about you. How long you've been in the area, how long you've been in business, and where are you working now?
Hey, Arnel, thanks for having me. Born and raised here in Hampton Roads. Been in the area all my life. I am in the merchant services business now for about 7 years. Prior to that, I was 20 years in mortgages. So always been working with people because that's what I love to do. Arnel, I think we might be closer to 20 years now. Actually, it's been
Oh yeah,
been a long
probably.
time for
It's
sure.
been a long time. Yeah, I agree.
Definitely love helping people, and so born and raised right here in the area. Married to my wife here now for 30 years, and I have two kids in there. Well, not kids anymore. Two adult children, I guess, adults. Both in their 20s. So
Wow.
we are. They're not an empty nester yet, unfortunately. Still have one left here at home, but that's all right. That's all right. He can stay as long as he wants to.
So tell me, before you got into credit cards, what you did? What, couple years in mortgages? How many years?
I did 20 years in mortgages, actually.
20 years in mortgage, yeah.
Retired from the mortgage industry.
Yeah, and
decided to get into
credit card. How'd you get into credit cards?
A while back, I met through a networking industry. I met a gentleman, and he introduced me to his business, which was merchant services, credit card processing, and it just wasn't the right time. I was still doing mortgages. I think I was probably 12 years into mortgages at that point in time, and just wasn't ready to get out yet. So I put it off for a while, and then when the timing came up, the Lord told me it's time to leave, and mortgages was just wasn't for me anymore. I was ready to get out in the field and help businesses grow their businesses. Instead of helping individuals, to just try something different and help businesses. As we know, if our area, if our Hampton Roads continues to grow, then we all succeed. So that's what I wanted to do. So it was time, and I remembered merchant services from back in the day, and from when I met this gentleman, and decided, well, let me see if there's anything out there for me. And lo and behold, one of the companies, the first company I went with, decided they didn't have anybody. They had maybe 10 people in Virginia, so they're out of California, and I decided to talk with them about getting involved and becoming one of their Virginia Beach area representatives, because they didn't have anybody in this area, and that's what I did for about 6.5 years with them, and then joined this other company just about 6-8 months ago. So we're at 7 years now, and enjoying helping businesses and helping them grow. That's what I do best, to bring more people through the door so they can succeed.
All right, tell me a little bit. Who are your ideal clients? What do those clients look like in terms of industry?
In the industry, we can really help anyone who takes. So merchant services consists of taking credit card payments. So anyone that takes credit cards, we're talking about whether they need a physical terminal, whether they do invoicing, whether they're just need to have a mobile unit. So my ideal client would be anybody out that's taking credit card payments. So whether it be a restaurant or a retail store, or a contractor. So a lot of people don't think that contractors out there, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, anyone in that industry takes credit cards, but they all invoice. or a lot of them invoice,
Mm-hmm.
or they take a down payment when they're out there giving an estimate. So that's where we come in. So we help them with that. So really, when I say anyone, we do doctors' offices, lawyers' offices. People don't think of doctors and lawyers taking payments, but there's a lot of self-pay people out there where your insurance doesn't cover your payment and they need to pay with a credit card or they need to put it on their debit card. And so we're there to fill that hole when they need us.
Well, tell me what problems you solve for restaurants when they use you and your credit card processing systems.
So for restaurants, a lot of restaurant owners just take what the first thing that they can get or what they've heard of, and they don't realize that a lot of the software that's out there is a la carte. So what I mean by that is they're paying extra for everything they add on. If they want online ordering, they're paying extra. If they want loyalty program, they're paying extra. If they want reservations, they're paying extra. So what I like to do is educate them and find the software that's going to be most beneficial for them. So what I do for restaurants is figure out what software you need, what software you might not need, and try to figure out what's going to save you the most money, whether it be your processing itself or adding on loyalty program at no extra charge or adding on equipment at no extra charge, whatever it might be that they need that can make them succeed.
Well, tell me about retail stores. What problems and challenges you solve for them?
So for retail stores, inventory control is a big issue. Is how am I going to be able to control all this inventory that I have in my retail store? So our program is an all-in-one where they can scan it as they use it, as they put the inventory in, then have it in the system. It counts down how much inventory they have, so they know when they need to restock the shelves or go out and get more inventory. Go out and buy from their producer. So inventory control is basically what we have there, and also loyalty program to bring more people back through the door. Loyalty is a great item for retail stores, for restaurants. It helps bring more people. Everyone likes to get something for free, right? So what it does is it adds up. How many times have you been in? How much money have you spent? And what's your favorite product? And as they continue to buy in your store, you give them an incentive to come back.
All right, tell me about contractors. What are the problems you solve for contractors?
So a lot of contractors don't realize that that there's a lot of cost involved when you're talking about payments. So what we can do is we can eliminate that cost, make it an all-in-one system. So one of the issues I find with contractors is when they go to give an estimate, they're picking up the phone and they're calling into their office. They're talking to their office manager, and that could cause a lot of mistakes. And when you have a lot of mistakes, it could cause a lot of issues down the road. Having to call back the customer. Maybe they've already decided they wanted to go somewhere else. So what we do is for contractors is give them a mobile unit, maybe something they can carry in their hand. Maybe they can use their phone to take payments. So it just makes it easier. We let people, everyone out there likes speed, ease, and convenience, right? So we make it easier for our clients, make it easier for them to make it easier for their clients.
That's right. So tell me a little about the professional services, doctors, attorneys, CPAs. What problems you solve for them?
So doctors, lawyers, CPAs, all the rest of the that industry out there, as far as that goes, I call it the self-pay industry. So essentially, we can give them a terminal to put right there in their office. So they have one for insurance, they have one for self-pay, and the self-pay one is where the credit card processing comes into play. Also giving them appointment setting software. A lot of the doctor's offices, they want to have that doctor software. So we have a specific doctor software for them, which includes appointment setting software for them.
Yeah. What do you tell somebody if they're using, like a lot of people use QuickBooks, but QuickBooks, but they don't, that's not their core business. And so a lot of times I always believe that, they should use someone like you just because that's your core business. How do you help them understand it is better to use you than use QuickBooks? Because sometimes, a lot of people are trying to get into so many different things when they need to really focus on somebody who does that thing really, really well.
Yeah. So not to knock QuickBooks, because it's definitely a great product for the right person out there that wants that type of product. But it's about educating our merchants on what might work for them. So we do have an all-in-one product that would be the same, similar to QuickBooks, where we could where you could send a payment off to the, like an invoice off to your client. You
Hmm.
could mark it as paid. So it's very similar to what QuickBooks offers right now at a lower cost. So the biggest thing
Yeah,
with QuickBooks is it's an all-in-one, but it tends to cost a little bit higher. And what a lot of merchants out there don't realize is that they just want to do what they think is best for them. Oh, it's an all-in-one, and so I don't need to go anywhere else. But yeah, there's a cost involved when you're talking about that. So it does cost a little bit more than what we can find for them in the software side of things.
didn't you tell me there was a client that you were saying that was paying so much money on QuickBooks because they had a lot of volume? They switched to you, and it was like it saved them a considerable amount of money, better service, but because of the volume, it just saved them a lot more money in the long term.
Yeah, and that is true as well. I mean, the higher the volume, because your fees are higher, so you're going to end
Yeah,
up paying more money. So where
yeah,
we can keep those costs down, and if we can keep the costs down and do the same thing, why not switch to a different company, right?
I agree.
But the biggest thing there was they were, like I was saying earlier, they were calling in their payments. So they're calling in
Wow.
their payments to their accountant. Their accountant sits with QuickBooks open, takes the payment from over the phone, and then there's a cost involved there. It costs more money. So
Yeah, it
what we
is.
like to do is just educate them on if they're going to call in the payment, and why not give them a mobile unit where they can just take a payment and scan the card just like you do when you walk into a store, and it will cost you as the owner.
Yep.
I'm talking about a 0.5%. So when you're talking about a 0.5% on a high volume location,
Hmm.
that could add up.
That could add up to really. Well, share us one story how you helped one of your clients out. He's either a restaurant, contractor, retail store. What was the problem? How'd you educate him? What the solution was, and what was the outcome, and how they felt?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I do as a local is just is try to help my clients grow their businesses as well. Find a solution to make sure that they stay in business, to make sure that they grow their business. So for restaurants, one example is just making it an all in one, including the online ordering, including to where they don't have to have all those extra tablets
Mm,
open, where it goes, where when an order comes in from DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats, it goes directly into the kitchen, and then it's made faster so that you can turn,
hmm.
you get a lot of quicker turnover, um, and loyalty is big for restaurants. Is if we can educate them and give them a free loyalty system where they're not paying $65, $45, whatever it might be,
Hmm.
for the loyalty program itself, and include it, people are going to come back. So my biggest thing is just educating them and sitting down with them and showing them that we're here to help. Whether it be I bring someone in there into the store so they can shop there that they've never been into that store before, or whether I bring someone into the restaurant to sit down and have a meeting, and then now they're going to bring 10 people with them when they have a meeting, or they're going to have maybe they can use that restaurant for themselves as well. So it's just about letting people know that you're out there, right? So
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like what I'm hearing is that how you help people is first education first, and see if there's options that can help them grow and save money. And then one of the options you have is all in one system. If they want, everything's under that, so it makes it convenient. The rate's great. The other thing that's probably an advantage you have that most people don't have, you're a great connector. You bring business to your clients. Am I correct?
that's correct. The biggest thing that I like to do is connect. So
Yep.
whether it be, I tell you examples. So
Okay.
just a little small thing, but small things can add up, right? So
Yep.
you got a restaurant. Everyone needs a grease trap in the back if they have a fryer. They need to dump that grease and
Yep.
clean that fryer out. So I work directly with a company that picks up the grease, but they also pay their restaurants to pick that grease up. So it's a win-win for the restaurant owner,
Hmm.
and a lot of restaurant owners don't realize that they can get paid more than what they're getting paid now. So I just try to figure out, okay, who picks up the grease now, and are they paying you the money? Because I've been to several restaurants, and they were dumping their grease into the restaurant that was next door. They were sharing, sharing their dump trap. So all that's doing is paying the restaurant owner next door, the money, not you. Why don't you get one for yourself? It doesn't cost you anything. They're going to put one there for free,
Wow.
and then they're going to pay you every quarter for the grease they pick up.
Yeah,
So
because so I'm hearing what you said. Besides all in one, great rate, great customer service, you're a connector. You're looking to always give back to the clients, like figuring out better ways, better vendors to help them save money, make more money, bring people into the store, bring people in the restaurant, connect them. Like, I mean, I know you're a great network. What networking events are you going to? You probably would take your clients there. What are some things what networking events would you take your clients to?
yeah, so there's several out there, but Hampton Roads Chamber is a great one. I brought clients to Hampton Roads Chamber before. Networking Happy Hour by Jake Means is another one. There's usually over 100 people there. So if I get a client that really wants to get the word out about what they do, you get a new restaurant in town, a new retail store that opens up, or even if it's not new, there's a lot of people out there maybe just have never been to that area before, just to try to let them know that there are other ways that they get the word out. Several different networking events out there that I like to bring people to. But more than anything is find out what their need is. Aside of point of sale system, credit card machines, what do you need? Who are you looking for? Who are you looking to get in front of? For example, I have this retail store that she's pretty new, and so she's not real busy right now, but we're going to find a way to make her busy. So we're going to do an event in her parking lot, and we're going to have tents out there. And then the restaurant that's down the street, that's also one of my clients, he's going to provide the food for them. And so it's a win-win for everyone that's in that complex.
Oh, that's good. What kind of retail store are they?
So they're actually they're kind of like they have like a gift store, I guess. They got
that's pretty cool.
They've got like anything from they're a convenience store, but they're also a gift store. So they do have like where you can get gifts for family, like birthdays and
cool. That's pretty cool.
Like that. But they also have gum in there, and they also have toothpaste, and so they're an all-in-one stop shop, to be honest with you. And we just need to make them busier. We need to get more people to their store, and then we're going to find a way to get them there.
Yeah, it sounds like you take a personal involvement into making sure they become successful, not just with the service, the credit card, all in one, great rate, great service. That you go out there, get the word out, you go connect them, you find out what their needs, you raise them to the next level, because you're not a vendor, you're a stakeholder, a partner in their business.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Arnel, if they're successful, I'm successful, and if they stay in business, in the whole economy, the city of Virginia Beach, or the city of Norfolk, or the city of Portsmouth, we're all going to be successful, right? So I want to tell you one more example. Like a gentleman that came to the area. He's in the military. He's actually he's prior military, prior Marine, works for the military now, but also found a niche that when he got here, how pristine military, especially Marines, you have to be clean, and I'm talking about going around white glove service, right? So he came to his apartment, and it was clean, but it was just quickly clean, just enough to get the next person in there. So his niche is that he wants to make sure that it's like white glove service on every cleaning that he does. So he started his own apartment cleaning business, and so he's looking for contractors to talk with. He's looking for property managers to talk with. So I've given him property management associations that he could go to for networking, and of course the CBDA would be a great one. Contractors, a lot of builders that he can get in front of. So there's just like you said, I think the biggest thing that sets me apart is just making sure that my clients, or even if they're not a client yet, just to connect them with someone who's going to help them grow. Because who are they going to remember when they're ready to do business? They're going to remember me. So that's what I want. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're the connector of success for your clients, who offers credit card processing as part of the deal. You connect
Yeah,
them, offer the best solution in credit card processing, but it's credit card processing plus connecting.
correct.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
good. That's good.
We want everybody to succeed.
I agree. So if somebody had to contact you, what's the best way to contact you?
I give my personal number out for a reason. I think that the best thing to do is to be available. It shocks me to hear owners out there that say I can't get in touch with my credit card person. I can't get in touch with my customer service representative or whoever they're trying to get in touch with.
Yep.
The biggest thing I think that floors me is pick up your phone, people.
That's
so
true. That's true.
so I pick up my phone. So I give my personal phone number out. I think 757-635-3576, 757-635-3576. That's my cell phone number. I always have my cell phone available, unless I'm in a meeting, but I certainly will give you a call back as soon as I get out.
No, that's great. Great. So, yeah. So the reason I have Brad on again, I mean, when you just listen to a story, I mean, local, loves to connect, help people become successful, offers a all around solution, great rate, great customer service. He's the guy that you go to, not only for credit card processing, for connecting. He genuinely does really care about your business, and he will do everything he can to get the word out. I mean, that's a trifecta. I mean, that's basically credit card processing, uh, customer service, and connecting. I mean, that's a trifecta. Great customer service, great connecting, and great credit card processing, because he's the point of contact. He's the guy. He's the guy you call, the all in one. I mean, that's a trifecta. I mean, if you don't have a person in that role, I'm going to highly recommend you go talk to Brad, because not only do you get good credit card processing, all in one, great rate, great customer service, you get a guy who cares, and you get a guy who connects you to business, so that he is not a vendor. He's a partner. He's a stakeholder. He's somebody who is in your inner circle looking out for you. I mean, that's hard to find. That's hard to find in today's world. Most people are only selling you a service, don't bring any value. Now, it doesn't mean they don't do a good job in the service, but that's it. They don't do anything else, do anything more. Brad exceeds that expectation and is always looking out for helping you, and be that connector, be that person who not only has a great product, great service, but does care and will make the connection. That's what you're looking for in an industry that is, non-relational, but Brad makes the business relational. That's why you should do business with them. So again, I want you to take a moment. I just want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helpful for you. So I want to share people on my network, my generosity network. So if you are an established business, restaurant, you are a retail store, even government contract and established contractor, and you're already established, give Brad a call, give him a shot, let him at least talk to you and educate you, and see if not only his service is great, but the relationship will be great, and how he offers. Then if you're starting out and you're going to be a successful company, give him a call too, because it doesn't matter if you're established, it doesn't matter if you're starting out. You really need to have somebody in your corner, somebody in your inner circle who not only, again, great customer service, great product, cares, and wants to connect with you. You got to find, especially in our economy today, you don't need vendors, you need partners, you need stakeholders, you need people who understand your business and want to connect, get you in front of people, because we just got to work together as a team. That's why I wanted to take a moment and just share Brad Furman and his company to you, so that if you ever have a need for credit card processing, or have a question, want to be educated, established, or starting out, he's the guy to go talk to. Again, this is Arnel Tanyag Company. Thank you for watching. And again, call Brad for your credit card processing and get connected. Because I tell you what, he's one of the best connectors in Hampton Roads. Man, he's natural at it. I got to get up every day and get my head right. He does it naturally. So that's the guy you want to go out and network with. All right. Thanks for watching. Brad, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, hey, I appreciate it, Arnel. Thanks for having me on. I think you hit the nail on the head right there when you said the biggest thing is we want to be partners.
That's right.
Whether it's you do business with me or you don't do business with me, let's connect. Let me see how I can help you grow your business. When you're successful, I'm successful. We're all successful, and we all can Hampton Roads can grow. So I appreciate it, Arnel. Thanks for having me on, and I'm looking forward to connecting.
Good. Thanks, guys. Connect with Brad. Connect with
Appreciate
me. We'll see you then. Thank you then.